everywhere right now with Blob. People are sick of it. So I decided let's build a deck which can beat Thanos consistently. Going to be easier said than done because there's this new Cadera card who protects their 1-drops and also their 6-drops. And of course, Blob is ridiculous at the moment. Also, Alioth, pretty difficult to get initiative with against Thanos because of the Lockjaw doing all sorts of stuff. However, I am a man with a plan. This is not my first rodeo trying to counter a Thanos meta. There is a deck which we're going to be creating now. I've been doing the theory crafting when I've been at the gym this morning, and then we're going to be taking it for some test runs in today's stream, trying to optimize it and get to infinite rank. I think it's going to do the job. I'm really, really confident. I've got lots of cool ideas. So the key card, in my opinion, to deal with Thanos is this guy, Daredevil, which is going to be surprising. Spoiler alert, we're not playing Professor X. Don't think just because we're playing Daredevil, we're playing Professor X. Professor X, obviously the classic combo with Daredevil, but it's really not quite the way to go, particularly against Thanos. This is just too slow. Thanos is getting all their stones down nice and early. They are playing Lockjaw. If you Professor X a location for 1 point, if you're playing Sunspot, you're just playing 1 point in that turn when a Sunspot soak would literally get you 5. It's just too slow. Thanos can deal with it too easily. It's definitely a good budget option, and we could consider adding Professor X into the deck if we feel it necessary, but we're going to try and play a Daredevil deck without Professor X. So what on earth is Daredevil doing? Well, there's actually a lot more things than you might expect. The big one, really, is probably the biggest, most underrated combo in the game, in my opinion, for a long time, which is Titania. If you cast your minds back to around like January, February time, I did play in a Marvel Snap competitive tournament with creators. I beat KM Best with Titania Daredevil combo. There was no Professor X in that deck either. Titania, one of my favorite cards in the game. I think she's really, really slept on. She's particularly powerful with Daredevil because you can play Titania, donate her to your opponent's side of the board on turn 5, clogging them, and then stealing her back for an insane swing on turn number 6. So Titania Daredevil is a serious play. The other thing, which is a really great card, which I think a lot of people are underestimating, is in at 3 points here, 3 power, -3 is the Green Goblin. Green Goblin, obviously it's just clogging your opponent's side of the board, but with Daredevil, you can play Green Goblin and something else on turn 5 to clog. You're going to see exactly where they're playing, and therefore it's going to be very, very easy to know where to Green Goblin. You might also think we're going to be playing Hobgoblin then. Oh, we've got turn 5, we're going to go for the Hobgoblin on turn 5 to clog them. We're actually not going to go for Hobgoblin because it's just not flexible enough. While, okay, it's got more points than the Green Goblin by 5, it is also a lot more expensive and a lot less flexible. We're able to play the Green Goblin on turn 3, turn 4, turn 5, whereas the Hobgoblin is just going to be on turn 5, and that's just not going to be flexible enough for us. Now, I also do want to give a shout out to this guy, Annihilus, if you own the card. Unfortunately, I don't, because the card acquisition system in this game is terrible, absolutely awful. I hate it. But the other thing with Annihilus, it's just very telegraphed. It doesn't give us enough flexibility. On turn number 5, we want to be super flexible with where we are clogging our opponent. It's also not accessible for the majority of players. I don't have it. I think we actually don't even want this card in the deck because it's just not flexible enough, in my opinion. We play the Sentry on turn 4. Our opponent's just going to fill up their right location on turn 5, most likely. So Annihilus is definitely a route you could go down if you own that card. However, worth mentioning, I don't even own it, so I can't even try it. Now, the next part of the combo is, so this is our Clog. We're probably going to be playing at least one more Clog card. If there's any Clog, I call them Clogs. A lot of people call them junk cards. Junk is an Americanism. We don't use the word junk in England. I call it Clog because you're clogging their board, and there was also a Clog archetype in Gwent previous game. I think Debris is another very solid card. It's clogging 2 of our opponent's 12 slots. We can also play Debris alongside Titania on turn number 5, for example, with our Daredevil. So Viper also a consideration. The problem is that we just don't have a good card really to be donating. Black Widow also an interesting consideration for sure. I think the problem I have with Black Widow is that our opponent can choose where to play the Widow's Bite, which might not seem like a big deal, but I think as we keep adding more cards into this deck, you're going to see why. So the next combo It's Storm. I am so huge on Storm on turn 4 right now. I think Storm on turn 4 with Daredevil is a very, very underrated combo because you see exactly where your opponent's going to be committing their cards. So a lot of the time you play Storm on turn 3, and then on turn 4 you just have to commit a lot of points into that location. Your opponent might decide not to play anything there. However, with Storm on turn 4, when you have Daredevil down on the board, you are going to be seeing exactly what is going on. So you know if you need to play any more points into the Storm lane or not. Now that also leads us to the classic Legion, who is amazing with a turn 4 Storm, can lock down the board early, preventing our Thanos opponent from being able to play a turn 6 entirely. With Daredevil, you should know exactly what is going on. You know how many points you have on the board, etc. So Legion, definitely a good way of cheating wins, but let's also not forget that Legion is just a pretty good card on its own. Great against magic decks, which are very popular at the moment. It's going to be a great way of farming 8 cubes against those. A surprise Legion on turn number 6. Perhaps Legion plus Titania on turn 6 could be a really nice play. Now, if we're playing Legion, we're playing Storm. You're not going to be too surprised, and we're playing some drunk cards. Nebula and Sunspot are also going to make a lot of sense as well. So here's how the deck is looking so far. We've got the Green Goblin, Titania, Debris for a little bit of Clog. We've got the Storm and Legion combo as well, as then the Daredevil to give us that vision on turn number 5. However, there's another card. A lot of you that have been watching my recent streams and video will know I am super into this card. I think this card is absolutely insane. I think it's my new favorite card in the game. I have so much belief in this card being very, very powerful, and I think this is the deck for it. So Quake, if you are unfamiliar, is now able to be played in any location, not just the middle one, but moreover, rather than just shuffling all 3 locations amongst themselves, you now have full agency over which locations are being shuffled where. So if you play her, for example, if you've got a flooded location, if you play her into one of the other locations, the flooded location is going to swap, right? So on turn 4, you play Storm, you've got Daredevil down. On turn 5, you have the flexibility of locking down the board entirely with Legion, or you have the opportunity to flip where the flooded location is with Quake. And against Thanos, that can be really, really devastating because Storm herself is also restricting the amount of cards your opponent can have on the board. So if we, for example, Quake the flooded location away into a location we're winning, and we also on that same turn play Green Goblin to clog the location, another location, we can just win on turn 5. So that is the master combo we're looking for. Storm on turn 4 into Quake, moving the flooded location away, and Green Goblin to clog to just win the game on the spot. So we've got lots of really interesting lockdown opportunities without necessarily needing Professor X. Now, the question really is, where else do we go from here? We've got 3 slots left. I think Jeff is an obvious one. We know we're going to be playing Jeff. Let's be honest. And then the last 2 slots are probably the most flexible. I think Professor X is going to be an obvious one that a lot of people are going to be screaming out for. But as I previously mentioned, I think we don't actually want to be playing Professor X on turn 5, and we want to be a little bit more flexible in our game plan. I think, unfortunately, Eliath might be a necessary evil in this one because we are locking down the board. However, it's also worth considering that we are going to struggle to get initiative against Thanos players, and therefore Eliath might not actually be the way to go. So these are the last 2 slots. I'm pretty happy with these 10 cards going into it, and throughout the rest of the stream we're going to be trying a bunch of different cards in these 2 slots to try and find the perfect anti-Thanos deck. We might need a little bit more Clog cards, for example. We might need a Professor X in there. We might just need a big finish or something like an Eliath. Juggernaut, I think, is also a serious option, so we then have Storm on turn 3. We could also maybe look at doing a Nightcrawler. I think Nightcrawler has a lot of utility in a deck like this, so these last 2 slots are the 2 slots we're going to be really zooming in on, but that's pretty much the deck guide. I'm now going to catch up with what chat's saying. I'm trying like these new styles of live streams where I'm almost doing it to replace a video in some ways. So I wanted to do the deck guide at the start, and now we can see what chat's saying. Hello everyone, we've got Noir here, we've got Skrilson, great to see you guys, we've got Crayon Fart. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Viper change overall, actually. I was talking to Noir Man this morning about this deck, and it dawned on me that they also, with this change to Viper, did manage to kill one of my favourite meme combos, which is Ebony Maw and Viper on turn 3 to clog one of your opponent's lanes. So that's a bit of a shame. We could also look at like something like Polaris, right, as an option. I'm now going to go over to chat and see what cards chat thinks we should add into the mix. Chat, what are we thinking the last two cards are? I think some kind of like finisher. Oh, Arrow. Do you know what? Arrow is a card I was thinking about. Arrow is pretty interesting. Arrow pretty interesting because she is able to be a finisher perhaps on turn 6 against something like Blob as well. It's quite telegraphed, right? So that could be interesting. Also, we can play her on turn 5 to clog a location because she's going to move a card in. She could also move a card away from the Storm. I think Arrow's in the deck. I think I like the sound of Arrow, guys, right? We have the turn 4 Storm, and then on turn 5, they try and win the Storm lane, and we just Arrow that card away into a location that's got the Green Goblin. It's got a rock in there, and they are unable to play a card there perhaps on turn number 6. So I think Arrow looks good. Also, Spider-Woman, not a terrible shout as well as just a value card. I could see that. I think Dr. Octopus, unfortunately, is not going to be something we consider. Magneto, Eliath in at 6 are options. I think we probably have to play the Eliath. It might not be particularly good, I think, against Thanos on average, but in our other matchups, it should be a little bit better. So let's try this build to start off with. It might be a bit too top heavy. Definitely accepting ideas and suggestions from the chat. Can I say as well, guys, if you're watching on YouTube and you're enjoying what you're watching, please give the stream a like. It really does help out a whole bunch. So this is the deck we're going to start off with. We're going to be tweaking it as we go and hopefully improving it and trying some different iterations. But I'm very optimistic. I'm very excited for this one. I'm pretty convinced that some kind of Daredevil build is the way to go. So let's flipping do this, Marines. Thanks for being here, everyone. I've just got back from the gym. A little bit of a short session, if I'm honest. But it could be worse. So we're going to play the Nebula straight away into the Monster Island lane. Because, of course, it's just one less card that they can have there. I think we might be a bit too top-heavy with Arrow and Life, to be honest. Now, I suppose we'll just take the Jeff. Thanks for the likes on the YouTube stream. Chavez, Olway, Rip. Yeah, Doom is also interesting. Yeah, Titania good against Leech. That's also true. So that's another problem with Eliath, right? It's pretty lame against Leech gamers. Let's go ahead and put the Green Goblin down into the far left. It's actually going to go to Asteroid M. Our opponent hasn't played a card yet, right? So I'm kind of intrigued as to what they're trying to achieve. I'm a little bit tempted to snap. I think I'm going to go ahead and snap here. Just because they haven't played a card, we've got the Nebula, the Jeff, and the Sunspot all down on the board. So this is the new stream schedule as well, guys. We're aiming for like 10 AM starts. I did do a Runeterra stream yesterday because there was like a big Runeterra event in-game yesterday, which was a lot of fun. So they go for Electro. Pretty interesting. Not really sure the Green Goblin's achieving a whole bunch for us just yet. I guess we'll still Green Goblin them. We could just float it, right, on the Sunspot, but let's just put the Green Goblin down. Got my big bottle of water for the stream as well. What do you like about Runeterra? Really good question. I'm actually working on a video, Lucky Lars. It's going to be my highest effort video of all time. Like 2 weeks of playing has gone into it, where I'm going to be doing Marvel Snap Player Tries Runeterra. That's my big idea, basically. Storm shows up a turn late. Arrow kind of interesting, I have to say. I think Legion in Monster Island is pretty nice, right? It's gonna fill up their right location. Nice one, Lucky. Highest ever video. Brilliant, Bleach. I like that. Great to see you guys. So we go for the Legion. It's going to fill up Asteroid M. And it should mean that we're able to win that location quite comfortably with minimal effort. In fact, we're almost there already. Now, this is the concern with Eliath, right? However, the Arrow... Oh my god, guys. Arrow meta, perhaps? Move the last enemy card played anywhere to this location. Of course, they could go Taskmaster and a 1-drop. Who plays Taskmaster? Nobody. Who plays a 1-drop with Taskmaster? I mean, Aero, instant impact. The Aero meta is back amongst us, guys. Look at that. So Aero's in the deck, let's be honest. I think we're convinced that Aero is very, very good right now. She's good on turn 5 to fill a location. But she's also a really good finisher in this meta. Lots of people playing Blob and being greedy. I think that Alioth, I'm not super huge on. I think we struggle to get initiative too much to play Alioth. And also, my homies hate Alioth. You know what I mean, chat? Me and my homies hate Alioth. So I think we need something a bit cheaper than the Alioth. So let's go back to the deck. What are we thinking instead of Alioth? Nightcrawler, I don't hate, to be honest. I think Nightcrawler is pretty underrated at the moment. If we look at our curve, we do have a decent amount of 1-drops. We are lacking kind of like 4 energy. Negasonic is also interesting. Negasonic, I can definitely see actually being an interesting idea. Can't move Blob with Aero. That's a really good point. That's a really good point. That could be a problem for us. That's unfortunate, isn't it? I think I quite like the sound of... The problem with Negasonic as well, right, is Negasonic... Can you kill... If they have this card down, Kadera, whatever she's called? Kiera? Can you Negasonic to kill the Blob? I would imagine you can't, right? So that's going to be a problem. Yeah, I can see Polaris being the card of choice. I can actually get behind it. I'm actually not that huge on this card in general, but it should be very good against Thanos. Also, Debris Polaris kind of have some anti-synergy at times, but you can also make it work. Let's try Polaris. Lower to the floor. Gives us a bit more Clog value. We don't have Miss Marvel. Not a card I own. Because I don't buy season passes anymore. Apart from I got baited this month into buying it, so I can't say that. Rip. Mystery Series 3. Oh, aren't I a lucky boy? Only 1,000 credits? Tokens? Wow, so generous. So generous, guys. Wow. Great to see so many people here. Hope you're enjoying the stream. If you're watching on YouTube, give it a like. Doom is also an option. I think we just need something like lower to the floor. Lower to the floor, I think, makes sense. Okay, so we definitely don't want a Nebula, the Xandar, because they're incentivized to play a lot of cards there. Let's go for Nebula down the middle. I do like the look of the hand. It's a little bit ridiculous to snap quite so early, though. Oh, okay. It's the first test, guys. It's the Thanos Gamer. It's the first big test. We can also Quake this stuff away, right? So maybe we actually just Green Goblin the left, and we're gonna Quake Xandar later away. Well, we have to snap because it's our first test against Thanos. Simple, right? It's the first test against Thanos. So I do regret not playing the Nebula to the left now. Truth be told. And look at this, guys. We're gonna clog this left location. Okay, Jeff. Jeff is a problem for Clog. Flipping Jeff, man, too strong. Please nerf. Don't actually nerf Jeff. I don't actually want Jeff nerfed, guys. Before everyone gets mad at me. We'll just take the Debris here. What about Man Thing? It's not a card I own. We can take a look at it. This wave is rather alarming. Oof. Suppose we just go Sunspot Soak. We could also put the Jeff down. I don't hate the look of Polaris just here. Good chance they play mid because of the Nebula, right? We can go Polaris Quake on the final turn, I guess. Devil Dinosaur. It's a lot of stats they've got down the middle, isn't it? In fairness, they kind of did wreck us quite a bit here with the Jeff play. Yeah, Rogue is actually an interesting shout. I do like Rogue quite a bit. The Polaris feeling a little bit lackluster. Just not enough points, really, right? Admittedly, though, we're not going to end up with many cards in our hand before the Dino. But Rogue is an interesting idea. We're going to take the Quake and the Polaris, and then we hopefully just top deck Legion or Aero to play our Titania alongside. So I suppose... It's too difficult to win the middle, I think, right? Quake's not really achieving much. Let's just try this. Okay. Okay. I think they beat us mid, unfortunately. So the first test, and unfortunately it didn't quite go our way, but we can see the potential. At least, I think we can. We're not a million miles away. We still have the sunspot. We really weren't a million miles away. No, we've not hit infinite yet. The plan is to try and do it today with this deck. That's the objective. On Friday, I played for a couple of hours, and then yesterday I was playing in a Runeterra tournament. Yeah, vision, definitely something to be aware of as well, and should be agreed. Thanks, guys, for the likes on the stream. We've got 11 likes on the YouTube stream, 64 viewers on Twitch, 51 on YouTube. It's like the battle of the streaming platforms right now to who can have more viewers. Death's Domain, definitely a good one for us. Also, Quake, Death's Domain, guys, pretty insane. I think we've got to snap, ladies and gentlemen. I think this board suits us so much. Compound and Death's Domain. Compound, we're going to be trying to clog as early as possible. Guys, my opponent just did the Mr. Roboto. Okay, no, they didn't. I take it back. No, not the Los Diablos base. The interesting thing is Debris down the middle does more clog value, but with base it's definitely not a consideration. Everyone's loving the wave gameplay at the moment. Death's Domain disappears. I suppose... What we could try, we can't play the Quake and the Green Goblin. I suppose we're just gonna Aero, to be honest, for value. If they play 2 cards randomly, we could end up clogging them. I don't know. Doesn't seem great, does it? Really? Let's just Aero for stats, and then we're gonna Green Goblin the left next turn, perhaps. Okay, that seems pretty good.
Clear for takeoff.
So we don't have the Daredevil, so the Titania play is a little bit risky. Like Green Goblin Titania is quite risky. Or just Green Goblin's quite risky as well. It does look like they're going to be playing some kind of destroy combo. I think I'm just going to go for it, you know. They're going to play some destroy cards here, I'm certain of it. Sure enough. So we go Titania, Green Goblin, and the Green Goblin goes first. Titania stays on our side. Happy days. So... it looks like we're winning. The question is, how do we play it from here exactly? We could move Jeff and let the Sunspot soak a bit to win this lane. Probably the best idea, right? So Sunspot needs to grow to 4, which if we do this, it doesn't do, right? So that doesn't seem very good. So instead, we leave Jeff where it is. And we just play Quake Daredevil. And then we get the 1 point on Sunspot needed. So we'll put the Quake over here, and we'll just put the Daredevil down the middle. So they have to play in this location and also beat us here. Okay, looking good. This is against a Destroy deck as well. Destroy should be pretty good against us on average, right? Quake doing nothing, of course, at this point. Beautiful. The Sunspot Soak comes through. And it's 3 locations to none. Let's get it, mate. Come on. I've got a good feeling about this deck. I got a pretty good feeling. This is a pretty original list. Thanks. I was doing some theory crafting at the gym. I'm trying to use my gym time to do some brainstorming sessions of like creative juices. I think creative juices flow best in the morning for me. So when I'm on my walks and stuff, I just want to get back to doing some more creative deck building really with Marvel Snap. I think a lot of creators just rip stuff off untapped, and I've kind of realized this only recently. Like pretty much every deck guide you see off a creator is, not always, but like a lot of the better ones are just ripped. Someone else built the deck, right, and it's on untapped. Whereas I love building decks myself, so I think these live streams can be a really nice way of showing off my deck building skills, I suppose. Bar Sinister's pretty interesting. I definitely don't hate it. Polaris, I'm not really sold on, guys. I've never been a huge fan of Polaris, and I've not been a fan of her for like a year, and a lot of cards have got better. So what are we thinking instead of Polaris? This is I think Polaris is the one card I'm not happy with. Good thing I didn't snap, I guess. Now's the time to snap, guys. Before they see us doing all this weird stuff, we snap now so they run away. We snap now so they run away. We ask them to snap, because that'll definitely make them run away. Right, guys? It didn't work. Flip. Poggers, the best wave of all time. The Polaris didn't do a good job moving the Space Stone away. Yeah, Kingpin is something I was thinking about this morning too. But I think I'm not super convinced by the card. I think Jug could be our I think it's Jug. Jug might just be our final card here, guys. Yeah, I think Jug might be the final card. You can do some clogging with it. You can win Storm Lane with it. It's also a decent option on turn 6. At times. Not always, but at times. So they have the initiative here, which makes me a little bit scared about going for Legion. I guess we just want to make sure Bar Sinister's not a problem for us, so we have to Legion. The question is, do we go right or left? And I suppose we're going to the right with it, which I don't feel great about. That's not great, though. So do we think 9 points, guys, is enough to win? Not really, if I'm honest. I don't really think so. Sunspot does nothing. Yeah, so the idea with Sunspot really is it gives you the line of Storm Legion on turn 5, right? Because we have Daredevil, like Storm on turn 4, Legion on turn 5 is a super legit option for us in this deck. But maybe we don't need to go for that. Arrow left, yeah, has to be the best bet. We're ahead to the right. As they run anyway. Get in. Agatha wins games. Agatha wins flipping games. GG. Yeah, so let's go back to the deck builder. Let's just keep reiterating and considering stuff. I do agree that the Sunspot is like not super needed, but I don't think you can ever go wrong with Sunspot really, right? It's never bad, is it? Let's be honest. I don't like the Polaris. Negasonic I'm not really sold on. Could we do something like Cosmo perhaps? I think Jug is the obvious card here. Gives us Storm on turn 4. A 3 is more of an option in a lot of situations. We don't want to be locked into storming on turn 4 all the time, right? Nah, we're not interested in Kiera. I also don't have a... Because imagine owning cards in Marvel Snap. Couldn't be me. So, like, probably one common mistake here would be to play Titania this early. I don't think it's ever worth it. Shuri's Lab. Pretty interesting. Quake can do some shenanigans on Shuri's Lab. But we kind of just need to play some cards. Let's go for the Titania now. This is like, if you go for Titania this early, you're kind of accepting that the game's not really gone the way you want it to go. And you kind of have to just be prepared to retreat. Ooh, Nidavellir is also pretty fascinating with Quake. So let's go for the Debris. So many Specie streams recently, a real treat. Let's go, thanks. I'm bringing them back, mate. I've been on a long hiatus, but my content creation, my desire to create some content is very much back. Do you guys think I need to take the chat off screen? Is it too distracting, or do you guys want it still? Hey Rashid, good to see you, my friend. Quake seems a little bit early still. The Goblin's nice, but when they have Jeff down the middle, it's not quite as impressive. Like I said, I think Quake is such a nice play on the last turn. Then again, we do have Legion, so we could get some Quake value by just going Jeff and then Quaking stuff away. Let's do that. Didn't really do much for us in the end. Because they have Jeff down the middle, the Clog is not a tempting option at this point. Miss Marvel. Kinda cringe. Kind of a little bit regretting not holding Quake a little bit longer. We don't really have a smooth play here apart from just slamming the Legion, to be honest, so I suppose we're doing that. Oh my god, okay. Oh my god! Did they get these cards from us? What is going on? Quake, Juggernaut. What is happening?
This just in.
We got their Shang-Chi again. That's a bit unfortunate. So they're probably getting like maybe our Jug.
Breaking news.
They got our Storm because we get our Storm back. What is going on this game? It's a little bit ridiculous. Let's not forget Titania is on their side of the board still, but it looks a little bit difficult to justify staying in this one. I can certainly see Jug to the right being okay. But then the question is, can we actually get this Titania on our side of the board? Jeff is going to move. I kind of want to play it out. It's just interesting. It's only for an extra cube, so we're going to Jug the right. I think that much is clear. My concern is that they're actually going to play a card middle. So I'm almost incentivized not to play anything mid because this Titania is 20-point swing. Do you know what? I'm going to snap. I'm actually going to snap. I'm feeling reckless. There's a reckless snap. No, they didn't play anything mid. They didn't play anything mid, mate. That's crazy. So if we play the Sunspot mid, we win. I was anticipating they would play a card mid. This is big brain stuff happening here. If they play a card mid, then the Titania comes to our side, right? But they actually just don't play a card mid. Super fascinating. This is what I mentioned as well with the Titania early. Like, if you do play this Titania early, you're kind of accepting the fact that it's not quite gone right and that it's going to be a risky game. And I was happy to play this one out with Titania. That's not how you're supposed to be using Titania in this deck. As I played her, I even, you know, drew attention to that, so... Deck's a lot of fun though, that's for sure. I like the look of the jug. Looking good, thanks, Cardio. We are rank 86 or so. Bold snap for you for sure. It was bold, but the logic is that they're also feeling quite uneasy, and that I thought there was a pretty good chance they would retreat from that position. That was the logic of the snap. Getting you variants? Not really. I've not been playing that much. Goblin mid could have definitely been the play. I mean, in hindsight it was, but this is like one of those things where, like, hindsight is a wonderful thing. Ultimately, we have no idea if they're gonna play, a card middle or not. I predicted that they would, and they didn't go for it. So it's just one of those things, right? I think there's no real point over analyzing that one. Quite liking the look of the board. Ravona Renslayer the Hood. I'm not very familiar with Ravona particularly. I do own her. I'm looking at Green Goblin to the right. And I like the look of the locations. I'm going to snap. Again, Ravona, I'm not that sure on what she's doing. I know they could Professor X us on turn number 4 with Ravona, which is pretty interesting. A lot of the time you have to guess because you don't know what is played. If you played anything or not. Again, I don't want to make... Wait, sorry, what's up, Paladin? I missed this. Just want to let you know, because of your camera position, we can't see which turn it is. Right, yeah. I mean, I normally do go here. Would you guys prefer me to go here? What I don't like about this position is on the Twitch thumbnail, the timestamp is, like, over my face. And I want the beautiful people to click on my stream because they see such a beautiful face, you know? Whoop. That wasn't good. I do usually go to the left. Wave. Uh-oh. It's not an eyeless, right? Right. So the interesting thing with the arrow is it's not actually going to move their card yet, right? I don't know what to do. Oh, it just moves the wave. It just moves the wave, so it's fine. Okay, so it is a Nihilus. Uh-oh. That's kind of scary. Kind of scary, not gonna lie. Doesn't look good for us, does it? Let's go next. This is a horrible matchup. This is such a bad matchup for us. They surely have a card which gets them now. This has to be the worst matchup for us possible. Okay. I need to be a little bit more careful with my snaps, it seems. Game audio is coming off wonky. Thanks for letting me know. It might be getting picked up by my microphone. I'm listening to the game sound through TV. I'll just turn my TV down. Oops, I turned my TV off. Guys, I'm blind. Okay, I can use my OBS. It's fine. Oh, this is a struggle. No. No, I can't use my OBS. Rip. Alright, let's start with a good old-fashioned sunspot. Hopefully that sorts the game send out a bit. I can turn it up if you guys want as well. Just let me know, please. Thank you. Is it another Annihilus gamer? That would be pretty unfortunate. I'm liking a lot the look of the hand, but the hood is a scary card for us to see. Very scary card for us to see. We have the Storm, so we can go turn 4 Storm. Kingpin doesn't seem like it's that likely to be Annihilus. I'm snapping, ladies and gents. I'm going for it. Wow, how exciting was that? I have to say, I hate the whole loop of snap, of the whole retreating. It's so anticlimactic, man. Give me... I wanted to play that game out. Oh, on to the next one. Rewarded for an aggressive snap. I definitely snap too often aggressively because people don't retreat as much as I expect them to, probably. Quinjet comes down and they give us access to it. Seems controversial. I'll take the Jeff. Hand is playing itself so far. I like the post aspect a lot, not so much as a viewer. Yeah, I hear that. Which is also like interesting. I'm kind of almost incentivized to stay as a streamer. Like I like staying in for like these big moments and stuff, right? We'll go Daredevil and we'll play the Quinjet too. Storm off the top would be really nice. Debris Mantis, perhaps. I guess I don't want to give them... I can Mantis here because Jeff can move still. I'm going to snap. I'm not really that scared of Loki against my deck. I don't think it's going to be that good for them. A lot of streamers basically never snap to get content. Yeah, true. I think that's what Regis does, right? It's pretty interesting. It's also kind of lame, though. It's like playing the game in an entirely different way to what it's how it's supposed to be played. It is bounce. Quake on 6 looks kind of interesting, but if we do that, we're not going to be able to play the Legion. Definitely not a bot, guys. Very easy Legion to the left. Whoa, the Quake shake is going to break the game, guys. It didn't. Better than watching Magic the Gathering Arena? Why? You're not a fan of watching it? Is that what you mean when you say that? How are we feeling about the current list, ladies and gents? I'm feeling pretty okay about it. You probably missed when basically every game crashed during the blob release. I did. I did miss that. Spencer. Okay, interesting. I like the hand, guys. We have the Storm on 4-play. I love 4-play. Haha. I'm not going to risk the Sunspot into Hala. I think it's unnecessary. I'm turn 1 snapping it. Hey, Extras. Great to see you. It's going really good, thanks. I just had a little gym session this morning. Not the longest. Gym doesn't open until 8. Why are we winning in spots, man, when I have good hands? My gym doesn't open until 8 AM on a weekend. And I was a little bit late to the party. As a result. So, in fairness, I didn't actually get there till 8:30. So I can't complain too much. But I'm good. I'm glad I went. So this is what I love about this deck now. The Storm on turn 4. This is what we're really looking to achieve a lot more often than we have been. The Storm on turn 4 here means we have the flexibility of either going Legion or Quake. Yo, Extras of the double gifted to Sir Cecil Sim and Zubi. Dude, I appreciate that so flipping much. Thank you so much. Had a great squat session. Actually, nice. I need to start squatting. I'm slacking on leg day, to be honest. So, yeah, I mean, Legion just wins. So... just do that. Simple. Oh, Nightcrawler. Legion doesn't just win, guys. Legion, in fact, does not just win. Uh-oh. I done goofed. We lost the video game, chat. Oh, no. It doesn't. Oh, it does. Thank God. Oh, this Nightcrawler was chilling at 4 power and I was panicking. Nice. Let's go. Feed me those cubes, my boy. So that's what I really love about Storm on turn 4 with Daredevil. You've got the Legion option, but you've also got the option of Quake shaking and doing some other bits. And I think we can all agree, Professor X, not something we've ever sat there thought, oh, I want Professor X. That's one thing we can say. One thing we can say with confidence. Why did they move Nightcrawler? It was probably just the bot and they saw we were winning, so they didn't do it. Or they were winning the tiebreaker without... Perhaps they were winning tiebreaker. I don't know. Let's go Nebula to the middle. I feel like Nebula to the left might be better because a lot of people just play safely, right? And play into the hub. Play into the first location, rather. So Storm on 3, definitely an option. We don't have any sign of Legion or Quake yet, or Daredevil. Huh. Pretty interesting. I guess we're just storming the middle.
Wind, aid my hand.
Well, that's unfortunate. The good news for us is if we find Legion, we can disrupt the limbo. We didn't really have much better to play that turn anyway. Green Goblin's very nice against Angela. I think it's snap-worthy. I think it's a snap-worthy Goblin. They run? Bro. Green Goblin feels amazing right now, I have to say. If there's one card I'm really, really, like, keen on, it's the Goblin. Green Goblin is kind of the money card here. Feels really, really good right now. Guys, if you're watching on YouTube, please give the stream a like. It helps out a whole bunch. I'd appreciate it very much. Statistically, Nebula comes out as strongest when played right most often. Interesting. How? What's the logic on that? That's really fascinating. And how do we know that? That's pretty fascinating stuff. Nebula left. No thanks. What does Echo do? Something about an ongoing card? After playing it was this release, sure. Negasonic goes, Jeff goes, sure. Storm on 3 or 4. Both options. Goose is pretty interesting. Storm off the Oscorp Tower looks okay, but we don't have a way of winning it yet, right? That's my concern. I think I'm just going to go for the Storm on 4. Debris is a nice find. Oh, guys. Guys. It's Cerebro 2, and we have Titania. So we're going to try and donate the Titania. Yeah, also Quake would have been insane on the Oscorp Tower. So now we take the turn 4 Storm. Okay, that's pretty unfortunate.
Wind, aid my hand.
No Legion, if that was ever an option. I doubt it was. No sign of the Quake or the Titania. Basically all the cards we're looking for. They're probably like wondering, how am I going to win with Pro X, right? What is this? It's Blue Marvel. Seems like our only reasonable play is this. Show me the Titania, my boy. Show me the Titania. No! No Titania. So we have to go next. Very sad. GG. We drew very badly this game.
Escaped.
Quake early would have been insane. Titania late would have been insane, but we missed them both. It is what it is. We only lost one single cube. Thanks for 25 likes on YouTube. Appreciate it, guys. Good to see everyone on Twitch too.
Live from the Daily Bugle.
Live. That's pretty good info. Probably looking at a Thanos gamer playing Vision. I do think Vision's quite good in discard as well, interestingly. Just take Jeff against Nebula. Can you post a YouTube link? Sure. I actually think the viewer experience is probably likely to be better on YouTube because less ads, props, and you can rewind. Oh, guys! It's Quake Oscorp Tower, the most broken combo in the flipping game. Are you ready for this, ladies and gentlemen? Oscorp Tower Quake. Send it! Send it! Huh? Oh! I am the king of the Quake, ladies and gentlemen. I am the king of the Quake. Oh, get the flip out of here, mate. Get out of here. You do not want this smoke. Yeah, no, you stop. Jesus. That was ridiculous. Quake is so good. Quake is too flipping good. My God. Yeah, why the hell did they play Quake there? What? Alright, can't play first card at each turn. Let's just go off to the right. I'm liking the deck a lot, guys. I like the deck a lot. Got discarded there. Invisible Woman. Okay. Not the invisible woman, my boy. Let's play gets moved. +3. Okay. Well, we kind of just have to Quake it, don't we? We can't Green Goblin Aunt Maze. That sounds kind of bad. Nice. That's good. This is a turn 4 Storm game. Oh! Let's go, man. We're against Hela. All their points are a turn 6. We've got the Storm on 4 into Legion on 5. Shut down the board, mate. This deck is so juicy. I love it. It's my favorite deck I've played in a long time. It's a little bit of me. It's got so many of my favorite cards in it. No! Denied! No Hela for you. Jubilee? Oh my god, imagine they hit Hela. Oh, I was so nervous. They never play Jeff. There's no way they play Jeff. What? They did not just try and bluff this. Unless it's a bot. I guess it could be a Hela bot. I guess it could be a Hela bot. Oh my god. This deck is too fun, chat. I'm actually... Look at me. I'm playing Marvel Snap. Look at my face. This is amazing. This is what I need in my life. This is what I flipping need. All right. You're Greasy Goblin. Yeah, we're out here. We're going to see how it goes. So far, by the way, Titania has been pretty awful. Let's be honest. She's been terrible. So she's actually... Titania might be on the chopping block. We have to think about that. The thing is, Titania, when she bangs, she flipping bangs. If that makes any sense. Let's go Daredevil. Looking probably at Jeff on 3, Storm on 4. Do we ever want to play Titania? Probably not. Yeah, I posted a video yesterday with a bunch of Quake decks. One of them... is this good? Yeah, this is fine. Oh my god. So they're gonna be like, haha, I win. But no. They don't. We're not gonna be able to Legion, that's for sure. This is a Quake turn, perhaps Quake Jug. Or perhaps we want to save the Quake for the last turn. Save the Jug for the last turn, rather. I mean, this just looks like it's pretty much over, doesn't it? Because we're having to win this location. What we could do is we could go Jug and then Quake. Because then Ghost Rider's going to be pulled to the right. Is that good for us? No.
Opponent snapped.
GG.
Escape.
Daredevil intel. Get anything good for Christmas? I got some white Crocs from my little brother. When I was in New York last year for Creator Clash, Nina is noob, bought some white Crocs, and I was incredibly jealous. And then I mentioned that to my brother a long time ago, and then he came through and got me some white Crocs for Christmas. That was pretty awesome. I'm liking the look of the board, by the way. Jeff is probably the biggest issue that we have for the Clog against Thanos, because we can't clog the Jeff lane in an efficient way. I'm probably looking at Storm on 4 with the fact we have the Daredevil. I don't really see us winning a Storm lane convincingly, right? Oh, man. Oh, man. Wow. Wow. Aren't we lucky? They could move. They didn't snap yet, so we stay. They could move Giganto to the right. They do.
Wind, aid my
Seems fair.
hand.
Kappa. Quake could do a job for us, maybe. Super over. The Giganto pool was the problem, right? We actually could have still won this one, I think. But, yeah. You also see why Eliath, I think, just doesn't really make sense, because they just put so many points down that I don't think Eliath is doing a job for us. Reality Stone. Oh, they're worried about... What? Why? I don't get that. Do not get that at all. But okay, you do you, boo. We don't have another Clog card to do any, like, Titania stuff. Unfortunately.
Escaped.
Fell asleep watching your tournament. Nice, Goosey Goblin. We did pretty well. I finished 5 wins and 3 losses in Runeterra, so I was pretty happy with that. Considering I picked the game up like 2 weeks ago and I was on a free-to-play account, I think we did pretty well. We had 1 loss, our first loss, which was incredibly close, like frustratingly close. And then we also we got absolutely rolled 1 game, and then the final game it came down to like a Teemo Yumi mirror, and unfortunately I missed the Yumi. I got her on turn 5, I think, whereas my opponent got her on turn 3, and it was kind of over, unfortunately. All right, come on. I don't think we've beaten Thanos yet, guys. We're an hour in. Uh-oh. Did we beat Thanos yet? Surely we did at least once. We should be good into Thanos. Like, we really, really should be. Like, okay, this is what we're talking about. They're playing all the stones out. This is what we're looking for. Rickety Bridge. Probably not very good for us because of Kadera or whatever she's called. Yeah, it is an official tournament. So basically it's like an in-game way of playing a tournament, which is pretty insane. Okay, Green Goblin popping off. Unfortunately, we don't get the Clog with the rock. That's pretty filthy. Now the question is, do we go for the turn 4 Storm? I'm leaning much more towards this, right? Could also just do this. Space Stone also a pain in the butt for our deck. Truth be told.
Breaking news.
Legion Rickety Bridge is guaranteed tie. Quake. Maybe Quake on 6 is the line. They go Blob left. So if we were to Quake now, Blob dies. I think we want to Quake on 6, right? I'm pretty sure Quake on 6 has to be the play. We always snap. I'm actually quite liking the look of Legion to the right. Legion to the right, and then we storm a location and just stack that one. Nice blob, nerd. Wow, that's a lot of points you got there. Wouldn't it be a shame if you died? Nerd. It's so interesting how many different decisions we had there, because we could do some Quake stuff. I just love like location manipulation in general. It's something I'm a huge fan of. So the fact we've got Storm, Quake, and Legion all in one deck is really exciting. Okay, chat, I need your energy. Which location do we go? 1, 2, or 3? 1, 2, or 3? Type your answer in chat. Do we go 1, 2, or 3? 1, 2, or 3? I guess we kind of have to split the location still, actually, right? Maybe Storm isn't such a big brain play after all, and I thought about it a bit more. Storm actually doesn't seem like a good decision. We just put, like... We just do... Oh, God. Oh, God, guys. Right. Send it. No! It's a tie. The sunspot doesn't... Oh! They stormed us! Let's go! Yes! Get baited! Oh, the sunspot did grow. Okay, the sunspot did grow. This game was ridiculous. This game was actually ridiculous. I have a feeling Quake might have been a little bit better. Oh my god, Becky. Look at her butt. It is so big. It looks like one of those rap guys' girlfriends. Oh man. This deck is too fun. Oh my god, Becky. Look at her butt. It is so big. End turn. This is definitely the line. Yeah, I can see it. It might have been the line, but in my head, the line was play Storm, which wasn't the line, in fact, right? Okay. You know what? I don't hate the hand. I don't hate it. We're missing Sunspot, Nebula. Care would also die though, right, if we're not careful. I was trying to counter the Vibranium mines before they played in there.
Wind, aid my hand.
Clogging against destroyers are very good. So they have 5 cards in hand, one of which is Deadpool. The Clog stuff hasn't done that much for us yet, it's true. Pretty big overcommit to the left, if we're honest. Okay, nice. I don't actually want the arrow to be pulled, right? I don't know if we saw what order these were played in. But I'll go for the Jeff because I don't want the arrow to... Oh god, please not arrow. Guys, please not arrow. Don't do it to me, chat. Please. Flip! Oh, I CBA, man. I CB flipping A. I actually CBA. We have 11. We tie. Is that good? We're pretty far behind. They have 2 cards in hand. If it's a null, we lose. Hi. Then we just have to accept we omega low rolled with the arrow being pulled, right? And just go next. It's 13, 17, 20. It's not enough. That's really unfortunate, man.
Escaped.
I'm not particularly interested in cutting the debris. We haven't got the Titania stuff to work yet, which is the thing I'm a bit sad about. I am a believer. I've got a lot of experience with Titania. I think it's just not quite gone our way with her yet, but I'm optimistic. Okay. I think we'll take the Quake. Looks like a bot with how quickly they stayed in here. Dennis is also a believer. Shine Eyes. I don't have a card, bro. Imagine owning cards in Marvel Snap. That sounds like fun. Couldn't be me. They never have the Hela in hand, guys. Right? Right, guys? What's Celine doing exactly? Put the lowest power card in each player's hand with -3 power. Not much. Hog. I don't feel great about the Titania, to be honest. Yeah, I'll probably open spotlights for him. I also don't think we particularly want him though. Like he's too he's not flexible enough for this deck, I think, basically. He like locks you into a play too much. So we'll just do this. GG. Victory! 30 likes on the YouTube stream. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it. Yeah, you would play Nihilus with Sentry, but the thing is, it's too telegraphed, right? And we lose then the ability to do all this like fun stuff on turn 6. Turn 5 rather. Hey, Coding. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Yeah, it seems very powerful. Like, the card just inherently seems very, very powerful, honestly. Ooh. Interesting. So the big decision is, do we storm Elysium? Answer. Yes. Let's do it.
Snap.
Confident snap. Nebula or Sunspot off the top. Titania off the top. That's the other thing we've not really seen with Titania. We've not seen Titania helping to win the Storm lane on turn 4, because we've been doing Storm later often.
I am reborn.
It's kind of annoying, not gonna lie. It was a risky snap, no doubt. The -1 Goblin, Pog. We can move stuff out later. We took a risky snap. It doesn't look like it's going to have quite worked out for us. But let's not forget New York is still around. Quake. Hello. Hello. Suddenly, I'm feeling quite good about my life. Oh, really? 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 Really, chat? Really now? Titania, I like Titania. I'm a big believer. We haven't seen her in action, but as I mentioned, I've played Titania a lot. A lot. And I am a believer. It's our only play to ever win. I'm pretty sure we're going to run away though.
Enough said, Bob.
Apoc still in hand. I mean, Aero moves the Apoc to wherever she is. So what if... Hey Dad, I can see you, mate. Maybe well, man. Is there ever a world we can win? I'm going to go ahead and say probably not. We know the player's APOC. We know our Aero pulls it. We know it's more points than our Aero. So... Nah. If I had Titania, maybe.
Escape.
Oh, guys, we got BM'd. Okay, they respected us, though, at least. So now I feel better about getting BM'd, I guess. How's things, Deadeye? Deck's going pretty well so far. I'm really enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. The Space Throne. Quake's pretty good in Space Throne. What if we Nebula the Space Throne, guys, and then Quake it? Oh, poggers. Yeah. Yeah. We Nebula the Space Throne. She's just going to get juiced up. We Quake it later. Easy. Oh. I guess I should have played Daredevil elsewhere. Okay, she's dead. She's dead. So there's that. I'm definitely liking the look of the Legion play on the last turn. So let's go. We don't need to go for the Jeff yet because we can play Jeff on turn whatever it's called, the last turn. The question then is, do we go for the early Titania or not? Probably. LOL. So maybe we're going to go for a different line now because the Quake Shake gets him. Oh no, because then flipping Shang-Chi's just going to move again, isn't it? I forgot. I forgot. is a weird game, but I'm feeling pretty confident that Legion left is just going to win from here. Storm and Star-Lord. So... yeah, it's fine. We still do this. Weird odd game. I love location disruption. I think it's the most interesting thing in Snap.
Wind, aid my hand.
Oh no, not my Titania. Whatever will I do, chat? Oh, Titania's so bad, guys. When are you gonna cut Titania? Shut up, chat. That's when. Sorry, was that a bit mean? Just the 8 cubes for your boy. Calm down, it's a bot. Is it though? Is it though? Ooh, Titania! I am Titania. That's how I feel after that.
Victory.
I am Titania. Oh, we're gonna get a nice Titania spit. I'm just gonna go for a quick whiz, a quick wee, a quick slash. What do you say? Look at him tweeting. I can tell that he don't pay rent. 31 days I grind. And that's on the month of Feb. Bars. Are you guys ready? Are you ready for the split? We're due a good one. The flipping heck is that, mate? This game sucks. It's a joke, guys. Relax. Let's go again. This deck is so much fun, though. I'm having so much fun. Let's go. All right, quick climb to 100. Quick climb to 100. Everton kick off in 2.5 hours. So we've got 2.5 hours, guys, to get to rank 100. We're on a time limit now. Legion on 5 is interesting, so we could still Storm on 4. Storm on 3 if we really care. I have a feeling that Legion on 5 might not do the trick for us, but we'll see. Can I do a Sean Deitch impression? Well, you know, my name's Sean Deitch. I love a bit of Brexit. How's that? Who? Sean Deitch is the Everton manager. And that was basically an uncanny impression. Thanos Guerrero Blob is crushing right now. Exactly. But Ahmed, we are trying to change that right here on this channel. We say no more Blob. That's what we say. Oh, Lockjaw. So fun. So balanced. I can't believe Lockjaw has not been nerfed yet, by the way. This card is so problematic. Just saying. I'm just saying, guys. Don't hate the messenger, alright? Titania left could have been better, perhaps. Mate, look at this Clog play, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this Clog play. It's absolutely fantastic stuff, mate. It's just brilliant. This deck is just insane, mate. Oh, snap. Who needs Professor X? Not us. Professor X is not the way to go with Daredevil. That's the key to success here. Most likely our play is going to be Legion. Arrow down the middle could also be decent. Jug could do a job as well. Oh, I forgot about the Jeff move, to be honest. Magneto. That is pretty interesting stuff, mate. They already moved the Jeff, which is a bit weird. So we can actually just move Jeff in here later. So we don't need to commit to it. We could arrow the Magneto, but that seems kind of bad. Jug, the Titania would go to their side still. I think I was supposed to play Arrow mid. I think Arrow mid was the play, right? Yeah, it was. Arrow mid was the play here. It's a bit frustrating. I misplayed. Arrow mid was definitely the play. Stupid. Well, thanks for that.
Escape.
GG. Snap. Question mark. Wow, this guy is a real bad man, guys. We just played against a real legend of the game. Bad man walking through. You chat must mind who you're talking to. Because that was a bad man walking through. How dare we snap before the end of the game. How do you get the dog emote? Quake Murder World, guys. It's a snap. Quake Murder World is a snap. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. To be fair, we were still losing to Blue Marvel, right? The other game. So we're gonna Quake mid. It's possible they switched the locations off of Snowguard, anticipating a Quake play, right? With how early we snapped. Shadow King, very common turn 2 play. Seems legit. Here comes the shake of the Quake. The Quake shake. Quake is shaking. She's shaking and quaking. We've already snapped. Yeah. They saw it coming. Fair play. They flipping saw it coming, mate. Storm on 4 into Legion seems pretty reasonable. I don't hate it. Oh, that's a gross card for what we're trying to do.
Wind
Really gross.
aid my hand.
Is it ever winning?
Opponent snapped. Escaped.
Miss Marvel wrecks us. Worth mentioning, Miss Marvel, could she be good in this deck? Maybe, I don't have her, so... I don't own the card. A green screen clipping. It's a bit weird. Close my curtains, I guess. Yeah, there we go. It's all dark now, though. By the way, guys, Chavez nerf, best thing they did in a long time. That card is so broken for so long. No one believed me, man. Nobody believed me. Hey, man, happy to see you back making content. Thanks, James. Yeah, everything's good, man. I'm chilling. Well, not everything's good, but I'm surviving. You know, I'm surviving. Appreciate it, mate. Good to see you too. Definitely don't hate like Titania, Clog on this turn. Let's go for the snap on it. I want old Chavez back so bad. Yeah, she just dumbed down deck building too much. Like, I would be playing Chavez in this deck, right? And then it's an 11 card deck. So I think it's really good that she's gone. She was way too good. Wait, Dynasty and Bleach beefing? Bruh. Bruh. Agree that Blob is not a problem. Snap community is a bunch of whining, complaining pansies. Dynasty, you need to fucking relax right now, mate. I'll tell you what. I don't like the tone you're taking, son. How is Blob not a problem? What's the logic there? Is there any logic? Sounds pretty illogical to me. What happens if there's 3 mindscapes? There's just 1 mindscape, right? Quite happy with my hand, I think. Let's do this. Hello from Thailand. Hey Sarah, good to see you, mate. I mean, if there's a good argument as to why Blob is fine, I'm all ears, but I don't really understand how that could be a serious argument. Card is clearly very overtuned. Juggernaut for the win, baby! Woo! My boy! Bang! Jug Clog, too strong. Let's go. Jug is actually cracked. I mean, you can literally just do the maths on Blob, right? I don't understand the argument. Let's go, man. Jug.
Victory.
Look at him tweeting. I can tell that he don't pay rent. Yeah, that card's way too good. Like, if you had to build... Like, you could make Blob, like, -10, and wouldn't it still be kind of okay? In some decks, you could build your whole deck around it. Whereas now you just plug and play, right? I like the design of the card, but it's clearly way too powerful. You could knock, like, what, 10 points off of it, and it would actually still see some play in some decks built entirely around it, which surely is, like, what the deck should be actually doing, right? Worth mentioning, we could try and add a Kingpin into the mix and add Polaris, but I think no. I think no. I'm not interested. I'm actually really happy with the list as we have. Jug has been a great addition. The Arrow's been a great addition. Those were the 2 cards I wasn't really sure in coming into it. The Titania has still not performed fantastically well, and she's a very high level card. So Titania is definitely cuttable for something else, but I personally like her quite a bit. And she's got those jugs, mate. We've got Jug and Jugs. You get me? Titania Goblin is just too fun. It's so powerful as well. And you can also do Titania Debris as well. Titania Jug can also work occasionally. looking alright. Pretty weak turn for them. Anticipating them to play a big 5-drop here. Alright. I'm not really sure Daredevil is offering a whole bunch. I really don't hate the sound of Jug, like jugging the big card away, but meh. Let's just go for this. Yep, not surprised to see that. Jug to the right could have just been the play, because I had the read that it was going to be the Dino. Trying to think if there's anything we can really do here. It looks like we're a little bit up shit creek, to be honest. Legion's offering very little. Aero plus Jug maybe could do something. But it seems kind of copium. Nebula's still growing twice more, so we're actually at 5 point. 5 points to the right. We could try and win that lane, maybe with an arrow to the right, for example, and then Jug plus a card on the final turn. Khazar's adding more points in, and they also now have a space stone, which means that it's not even fully committed. This is kind of a weak play, though, right? Kind of weak. I think this is always the play. Pretty sure we're going to be retreating this one, though. So we can go Jug Jeff. Which doesn't seem great. I wonder if Jug to the right is actually a line here. I can actually see that if we're staying, this is the play, right? Let's send it for the content. I don't want to just run for a cube. They move the Dino. Do you know what? Nah. I thought about snapping. That would be so ridiculous. Blob right beats us because we can't move it, but if it's anything that's not Blob, then we're on a 50-50 to win. Ooga booga Blob can't be moved. Why, bro? Like, as if it wasn't good enough, I can't Jug it. Really? 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 Really, mate? For flip's sake, bruv. It's kind of cringe. Like, as if it wasn't flipping good enough. Oh, Blob is so fair, my boy. Blob's so fair, my boy. Yeah, no. No. No! No. We would have won that 50% of the time if it was any card but Blob, basically. GG, though. Guys, if you're watching on YouTube, please, reminder, like the stream. It helps out a bunch. Yo, Lewis. Lewis. Good to see you streaming again. Like your new haircut, looking very smart. Let's get to Infinite. Let's go. I appreciate the energy and the kind words. I do need a trim, though. It's a bit too long at the moment, but going away in a couple of weeks, so I'm just going to get cut just before that. That's the plan. Are you fancy Patriot, maybe? I'm not a massive Patriot believer, to be honest. We've got a snap, haven't we? Oh my god, my opponent snapped. What? Brother. I think you might regret that, mate. I think you're going to regret that, you pesky Thanos loser. Sorry, that was a bit rude. Say how you really feel. Do you think they know that they can't blob when their deck's empty? I think they didn't realise. So we could arrow this turn. I think it just makes sense, right? Yep, it does. It just does make sense. Oh. Oh! How is it still 4 points? That's so broken. It's still 4 points, chat. Can somebody tell me how that's fair? What? Like, oh my god, not the Devil Dino, my boy. That's insane, bruv. Whoa. That is crazy, mate. Good job. Oh, no! I forgot about Jeff! Ah! Ah! Why is this guy still 4 points? Okay, this was the most heartbreaking 8-cube loss of all time. Can we get some like VFX on Jeff, please? That he's not moved. Juggernaut was winning. Oh, what a throw, man. Does anyone else do that though? Like, forget about Jeff? Forget about Nightcrawler? There's not really enough VFX going on, right? Like, come on. Come on, bro. Come on, bros. Can we get some VFX, please, for Jeff? Cards everywhere, man. Okay, I just need to accept I done goofed. I'm heartbroken, guys. That was going to be such a satisfying win. My Thanos loser opponent snapped when they had Blob on Lamentis. Like, brother. Alright. Let's beat up this Thanos gamer to make myself feel better about my life. Agreed? But with the card draw, we're very likely to find Quake. Take the debris. Let's get clogging. Quake is also pretty interesting potentially. Lockjaw, Mindstone. Oh, so balanced, bro. So balanced, my boy. Definitely not unfair. I think we're in a winning spot though, to be honest. Are you guys ready for this? Bloop, bloop. Ha 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 ha. Ooh. I don't know if this meta counter has been doing enough countering. I mean, how are you going to beat this? I would very much disagree though. I think our win rate against Thanos is pretty damn good. The fact is you're still playing against a deck which is insane, right? Like, of course. But I would strongly disagree. I think we've been doing more than enough. Like, but yeah, unsurprising if they hit Lockjaw and hit the nuts, as Thanos has always been, you're still going to struggle. But look at us. We are really making things very, very awkward for them. Space Stone and Jeff are causing us some issues though, aren't they? So I think what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to jug now so that they are unable to move one of these cards in. And then I just have to hope that I have a bigger play to the left. But I also still need to get... enough points here. It doesn't look good for us, does it? Truth be told. Space Stone is a real problem. We can't Juggerite, no, because then they can still move stuff in here. I guess Juggerite is the only line we actually have as a potential winning line. It depends what they roll off Lockjaw. We can't win any other way, right? I think the Nebula decision was a bad one. There is no Lockjaw. I forgot. I forgot. Pretty close.
Escaped.
Pretty close. Also kind of how you know a deck is too good when you're building a deck literally to counter it. And the win rate's still not that good against it. That's a really sad loss. Card to lose, I mean, when I say that. Probably looking at Storm here. Ooh.
Oh, snap.
Gonna snap. I'm still undecided on if I Storm yet or not. I think we might just go for it. I'm gonna Legion Mindscape and basically just give them a bunch of jank for the final turn.
Wind, aid my hand.
We could take the Jug. Seems a little bit overcommittal though. I think Titania is probably just gonna get us there on our own. Looks good. Now the decision is, do we Legion or do we just Debris? We don't want a Legion because I'm winning the right. I don't want a Quake because I'm winning the right. The other thing that sets up our Jug, where it can't bounce to the right. Nice, let's go, man. GG. Oh, the collector's growing.
Opponent snapped.
Collector actually flipping grew, mate. What? Oh my god, I can't play this guy. Oh my god, we lost. Chat, what the flipping heck did they just give us? We actually just lost. We actually just flipping lost. What is this? Hekatika. Dude. Dude! I cannot be bothered. Is this ever winning? lose right with Falcon, mate. They don't have Titania. We played our Titania. They have Legion. Falcon Moon Gold does not win, mate. I have 2 1-drops, which get added to my hand, and I lose the right. Dude, why? Yeah, Falcon loses that. Oof. Very good, Captain Kerr. I like it. We're snapping. I'm feeling good about it. Alright, it's our time to beat the Thanos. How are you liking the meta? Thanos is pretty cringe. If that answers your question. Blob is pretty cringe. Thanos, Lockjaw, pretty cringe. But I'm enjoying the game enough. I like the Quake change a lot. Quake's really cool. Having fun. Mojo was actually something I was considering. Lewis, yeah. Problem is with Mojo, you always think Mojo sounds good, and then you play Mojo, and Mojo is not good. But I mean, maybe Mojo could be a shout. It was in one of my lists when I was at the gym this morning doing some theory crafting. I did put Mojo in as one of the other 2 cards, but we settled on Arrow and Jug, and I'm very happy with them. Titania clogging is probably pretty good. In fact, if they play anything right, we just punch it away, right? We're in a really good spot here. I'm really enjoying the Titania, man. This card needs more respect. She's hard to use, but the reward payoff is really, really high. So the concern is we need to switch off the Nexus. I figure it's just Legion to the right. Maybe this is better. I'm giving them Arrow. Yeah, this has got to be better, right? Huh? My friend, does this guy know this is turn 6? Oh, okay, Titania. Sure. GG, easy win. Right? Arrow doesn't move their card. It moves it and then Titania then Titania flips. When that's Tribunal, yeah, Tribunal we lose to, that's true. I'm not too scared of that. Thanos getting clogged by the goblins, the Titania. The Jug did some clogging as well, to a certain extent. They're scratching their head. I just lost with Thanos? What? This is not possible. But I got the blob. I mean, they could just... If they blob left, then Lockjaw doesn't flip, right?
Victory.
Pog. Alright, Everton kick off in 2 hours, guys. We've got 2 hours to try and hit infinite. Come on, let's do this. 2 hours to try and hit infinite, ladies and gentlemen. Debris and Kamartage is exciting. Again, Titania on turn 1, almost never correct. Quake seems good here. The concern here is if they play mid, then we are actually locking ourselves out almost. Well, we are, in fact, if they play mid. Let's just put the Titania down there as well then. Although I guess if they play mid, then they steal my Titania, but it's fine. Let's do it. GG. Easy win. Easy! So yeah, guys, this is the new time I'm streaming at. It's kind of the old time I was streaming at. I just stopped streaming at this time because, like, the category is so flipping convoluted this time. But if I don't stream it this time, I basically don't stream. So we're just going back to it. I'm just not worrying about the viewer count too much. We'll just put... Just stream when suits me. I think it's a better mentality in general. Alright, I think you guys know what's up. They never have Jeff.
Oh, snap.
Oh, we could have gone for the debris line. Rip. Get gobbled on, blood. And then we'll hit them with the debris as well, right? Just for good measure. Get absolutely gobbled on, mate. Let's not forget about Aunt May's. Oh, Aunt May's is... Yeah, that's not a problem. Oh my god. That made me panic for a moment though. We just go Legion Titania on the last turn, right? Oh, snap! I'm scared. I'm scared. We're fine. Just. GG.
Victory.
What rank do we start? Like 85, 86? That kind of ballpark. Been pretty smooth. Jamsy. That's a good name. Hey, Feldy. District X.
Always lucky.
Oh, Pog. That's so epic. I like it with Legion. Turn 6 is going to be Legion Titania again, most likely. We've had a good curve. I'm going to snap. It's been good enough compared to theirs anyway. It's not been tremendous. But I like the arrow as well. We'll just arrow mid and then Legion left. Titania right. See Chavez or Colossus snap. Okay. Oh. Rip Titania. We got the Hawkeye anyway. Put a target on your back. I'm Hawkeye. It's another victory. It's a District Dex game, of course. I am a big Legion fan. Did you continue to play Snap when you stopped streaming it? No, I'm missing a bunch of cards. I was not playing. I had no interest in playing. I was so burnt out on this game, to be honest. I was forcing, like, not forcing myself, but I was like streaming this game for like hours and hours every day. I don't know how some of the other guys do it, mate. I really don't. Like, I think it's kind of surprising that not more content creators have been burning out, honestly. I think you're probably going to start seeing more creators starting to burn out on the game that are streaming it every day. Because, yeah, the game's great, but it's not really a game, I think, that's designed to be played for hours and hours every day, right? So basically my plan with Snap is if I want to play it and want to stream it, I will. And if there's other stuff that I want to play and want to stream, then I'll stream that. I'm just going to try and have a healthier relationship with it. I'm very interested in Disney Lorcana still, so I'm going to start making some Lorcana content. And then I also have been doing some variety streams where I've been playing Legends of Runeterra recently. And actually my viewership on Runeterra has been really nice. About 50% of what I have now, like kind of 75 average viewers or so, which I'm really, really happy with. For a card game that's not Gwent or not Marvel Snap is pretty cool. And the plan with the Runeterra, so I'm working on a Runeterra video, which is Marvel Snap player tries Runeterra. It's going to be around an hour long, and the premise of the video is I'm going to be a free-to-play account. I've already done all the playing. I just need to make the actual video now. That looks good. Did we play the Titania? I think still not, right? Oh no, there's Silk, so we do. Snapping. So I'm really struggling to go through the day. The game just gets so frustrating. It's just not a game that's designed to be played for hours and hours a day, right? There's only so much you can do. Combo! So we don't even need to play anything to the left at this point. The Jeff didn't... No, the Jeff hasn't moved. It was just Aunt May's doing its thing. What do we do? I think Legion might be better here. We're looking for a... We want the Vibranium, and then we can arrow Vibranium on the last turn, perhaps. Oh, it moves the Goblin. That's pretty fascinating. So, we don't need to play anything to the left. We're tying. Titania comes back to us if they play anything there. I have 13 points which can tie middle, and Silk will disappear, so I don't even need the 13, right? I need the 13 if they play cards in both slots. But if they play cards in both slots, Titania comes to my side and Silk moves. So I think it's this, right? I think this is the play. Does that make sense? Or is it just this? I think it's probably just this. I don't think that the 4 points is going to be relevant. Yeah, Jeff could move, that's true. Perhaps I was supposed to go Vibranium Arrow I always forget about bloody Jeff, don't I? Bloody Jeff, mate. I'm staying in it. It's an interesting one nonetheless. It's probably a retreat. I always forget about Jeff. Like, where's the VFX on these cards, man? It's ridiculous that we don't have it. It's actually crazy. Okay, so Vibranium left wasn't winning either. I didn't have a line to win from her, right? Or I guess Aero right, Vibranium left was winning. Yeah, Aero right, Vibranium left was winning. Really interesting. GG. This deck's a lot of fun. I really like playing it. It's a lot of thinking, which I think for Marvel Snap is rare. Gonna be honest. I think thinking in Marvel Snap, not really something that happens that much for a lot of decks. Just saying. Just saying. I'm just being honest. This deck, though, there's lots of thinking going on, which is probably why I like it a lot more than some of the other decks. A lot of decks in Marvel Snap play themselves, right? It's like, play a card on turn 1, now you play a card on turn 2, now you play a card on turn 3. I wouldn't say Thanos is quite like that. I think Thanos is probably quite a high skill ceiling as a deck. Lots of thinking still with Thanos. But yeah. So I like Loki bounce. Ever seen Lurkin Law? Okay, Storm comes through pretty early. We could do some Quake Shake shenanigans. It's gotta be a Quake Shake, right? You go Quake. Titania. Having said that, we could also just play a Titania of our own, right? Titania of our own is probably... We're probably just winning mid still. I don't think we need to panic too much. Let's go star points. I don't want to go for the Titania because I can use her later. And if they have Jeff, then they can completely wreck us. I should have snapped, right? Let's be honest. We'll snap now before they play their card. They're more likely to stay with Daredevil if you snap before. We're definitely not in the greatest of spots, but guess who wins games? Oh god, imagine. Oh my god, imagine. Bro, Titania is so good. Oh, the Ultron! The Ultron! Amazing. Amazing, amazing game. Is this also... Oh, this is actually in their deck too. And we top decked it last card. Wow. Titania as well, man. I think Thanos is okay, Blob is okay, Blob being really good only in Thanos decks. I don't think that's true. I don't think Blob is only good in Thanos decks. I think that's actually a really inaccurate take. I think Blob is just a fundamentally good card. It doesn't take that much to build a Blob deck. Blob is good in Discard, for example. Not that Discard is particularly good. But yeah, I mean, it's just that Blob Thanos is just such a brain-dead inclusion, right? There's no reason not to play it. It just slots into a deck which already exists. That's the problem. Blob, as a card, if it's playing for so many points, isn't as much of a problem. If Blob is playing for only those amount of points in a deck where you actually have to build your deck around it. Leader with 1-2, true, yeah, nice one. Cards are getting decks specifically built around them. Yeah, that's the thing. Right? Blob would be a reasonable card if you had to build your whole deck around it, but it just slots into a deck which already exists and is already very powerful. And I think that's the big issue with the card, right? Or the main issue with the card, perhaps, is a better way of phrasing it. I don't want to put rocks into the Nova lane. I'm just gonna snap because they look like a bot. Probably shouldn't have. Probably shouldn't have snapped against a man that's probably playing Killmonger. Oops. So we want the 1-cost cards to be in the middle, right? This is a very bad snap because of Killmonger. It was really ridiculous to snap this, but never mind, we never get punished. What? I told you, never punished. That kind of mentality is probably why you never do well in competitions. What kind of mentality, Daniel? What kind of mentality? And do I not do well in competitions? Says who? I mean, I don't, but it's not like I've really tried many competitions in the years. Daniel, what mentality are you referring to? That kind of mentality is probably why I never do well in competitions. Imagine we get Killmongered. What? Please go right. Please don't be Killmonger.
Wind, aid my hand.
Rank 94, I think.
Enough said, bub.
Oh my flipping god, we lost! What is happening? Fair play. Got wrecked. Riggedy, riggedy, riggedy wrecked. Outplayed myself. That's so true. All their plays were terrible, and our arrow made their bucket. Our arrow moved the flipping armor, right, from their bucky and whatnot. I actually did just outplay myself. It's so true. Thanos again, everyone's favorite. We see Thanos, we snap, guys. We're simple-minded folk. We'll take the debris this turn. That's a bummer. Wave is a real pain in the butt against us. Titania debris combo. If they play left or mid, they're clogged in that lane. Death? That's a bit weird. So, Aero mid, most likely. She's playing for 6, which puts us at 3 points. Puts us ahead. Unless they have Blue Marvel, of course. Leech. It's always Legion here. The question is, do we play the Sunspot or not? Pretty sure we do. So they run anyway. I'm pretty sure we do play the Sunspot to steal the Titania back, right? Because then if they play here, we lose. If we lose, they just play one big card here. Whereas if they play one big card here, we win anyway. So we would have played. Legion mid always wins. Legion mid isn't something I considered actually. I must admit. I think Legion mid could have been a really nice. Line there. Yeah, it's not something I considered. Okay. Daniel Pierce just comes through. That kind of mentality is why you never do well in competitions, and then dips.
Live from the Daily
Love
Bugle.
that. Love that from Daniel Pierce. Big man ting. Do we go for the Nebula? Probably. Okay. I like the look of that. I like the look of that too. Man, do I like the look of the Storm? Tricky one. I'm not so sure that I do actually. I think I might prefer the look of the turn 5 Storm. Turn 4 Storm rather. Infinite. He owned you, deal with it, big man. It's true. I got owned. I got absolutely wrecked. Riggedy wrecked.
Wind.
Not sure on the whole Titania situation. We actually have initiative here. So I'm pretty sure Titania doesn't move if we aero, right? Because... No, because this... Oh, bollocks. Oh, bollocks. We might have done goofed a wee bit. But we have Quake Shake. So it's going to swap Flooding and Sanctumorium, which doesn't really achieve much for us, does it? It don't really achieve that much for us, mate. Cards can't be added here. Oh my god, it really does. Oh my god, chat. It really does make a difference. But then Titania is fine. We can just Jeff. Oh my days, this is actually insane. Oh my god, chat. This is insane. Sanctumorium. Nice. Ghost Rider, my boy. Huh? 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 Can't be played here. Shit! Well.
Escape.
Well, I don't want to talk about it. I do not want to talk about it. It's a YouTube short. I think not. I think I'm going to pretend that never happened. Nash. It looks like we might not be hitting infinite today, guys, with this one. Because I have to go in about an hour and a half because Everton are playing. And I'm going to watch it with the fam. Let's go for the Nebula first still. Runeterra. We could play like an hour of Runeterra or some Pixelborn before Everton. I do want to start doing more variety, so...
Wind.
a bit of a weird play. This is a weird game. Oh, I was late on the snap. Rip. Oh! We win. Who's top again? I don't know. Not familiar. Unaware. Sorry. Next question, please. GG. Are they play on? Oh! Cool.
Victory.
Experience. Let's be furious. Bit lucky. Bit lucky. Alright, come on. Come on. 6 times 7 is 42, I think. 42 cubes, hour and a half. Come on. Let's get it. "42 games, yeah. But we also might just do a bit of variety. We might play some Lorcana or some Rune Terror, perhaps. I think probably more likely if we do variety to do Lorcana today. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, Quake it is. So if we go Quake here, how does it work? These two swap, and then depending on where Quake lands, it swaps this. We just Quake here, right?
Opponent snapped.
We're losing. Bella redeemed Name My Deck. Uh-oh. 43 games to Infinite. Is that the name of the deck? Nice. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry, Bella. I'm going to refund you points. Okay, I'll do it. Thanks for the support, Bella. I appreciate you. Guys on YouTube, please give the stream a like. We're on 30 likes. Can we increase those numbers a wee bit? That'll be awesome. I'd appreciate it. I think we might switch to some Lorcana in a minute. We'll just get this Infinite tomorrow with Discard, maybe? Discard to Infinite. I've got a pretty fun Discard deck. I really like this deck, though. I want to play some more of it. Been enjoying it. And Bella with the follow. Oh my god, Bella, you shouldn't have. So guys, we can do a vote. For the YouTube people, I'm gonna be not doing the variety on YouTube, because basically if you do variety on YouTube it lowers the stats of the stream significantly, and then the VOD I think will get pushed less, which is weird, but YouTube streams work in mysterious ways. I'm gonna snap this. So Disney Lorcana or Runeterra? That is the question. Yeah, exactly, Bella. I mean, that I don't actually know that's the case for sure, but it's my strong assumption that yeah. We just sunspot here. Okay. Doesn't look good for us, does it? I would like to infinite today, but it's probably just not happening because I have to go soon. Because my football team are playing and I'm gonna watch it with my family. Rip.
Escaped.
Alright guys, I'm going to call it there for the YouTube stream. I'm going to do some variety. We'll play some more decks. I'm trying to hit infinite with something else tomorrow, I guess. We climbed pretty well. Before we end it, let's just take a look at the stats. So we give the deck an honest review. I think overall the matchup into Thanos wasn't as good as we hoped. Hey Dara, what's up? Especially snatching, I miss it. I've been doing it most days actually now. I'm planning on doing a few. At this time. Good to see you, man. We need to decide if we play Lorcana or Runeterra now, chat. That's the big question. But let's take a quick look at the stats of the deck so we get an honest look at how it actually was. I would say it was like a little bit disappointing, but it was kind of good. Oh, bad time to refresh. Nice dick. 51% win rate. Pretty awful. Pretty bad. Not gonna lie. Pretty disappointed with that. Felt like it had more potential. So as you can see, like I've been playing like some pretty similar versions. The key difference, this one had Pro X. Whereas we went more like Clog route with this one. Very, very similar decks. Quite disappointed with that, I must say. Quite disappointed. But yeah. This deck's pretty cool. We'll probably play this tomorrow, but without the Scar and just put Vision in. I do quite like Blob Discard. I think Blob Discard's got some legs. Yeah, we played it last season. It was pretty good. It's the Blob. It's true. The Blob is supercharged in this deck as well. It's like the biggest Blob of all time. The idea is like you have Dracula and Blob popping off. So we'll probably play this tomorrow. I did play it with Scar for a bit, but it felt like Vision was actually better. I guess the concern is as well as if Storm is bad against Thanos, then maybe the Storm has to go. But yeah, I'm going to switch on over to... I'm going to end the YouTube stream there. Thanks, YouTubers, for watching. I appreciate you. I had fun. I hope you did too. And then we will probably go live now with some... I don't know. Runeterra or Pixelborn? Tough call. I think we'll go Pixelborn today. Probably not for that long either, because I'm going to go watch the football with my dad in a bit. Thanks, YouTube.